Mirabai, originally from Mewar in Rajasthan, was the queen, and even in present-day Chittorgarh, there is a temple and we see where is it that she lived. She was the queen there, but so intoxicated was she in her devotion to the Lord that people found that very unbecoming of a queen of those times. And she was insulted, traumatized, tortured, and driven out of there. But she was absolutely in a state of complete surrender to the Lord and traveled all the way, comes to Dwarka. But after she leaves the kingdom sees a series of calamities, famine, drought, natural and man-made disasters. And the elders there realize their mistake, and a delegation comes to Dwarka to request Mirabai to return back to Rajasthan, present-day Rajasthan. She hears them and spontaneously sings a bhajan, beseeching the Lord to wipe out the suffering of people anywhere. And it is believed that this was the last composition, after which she walks into the sanctum sanctorum of the temple and merges into the lotus feet of Sri Krishna at Dwarka. Dwarkadhish Krishna was also a master negotiator and arbiter. He decides to try and mediate between the Pancha Pandavas, the 5 Pandavas who are on the paths of dharma, righteousness and duty, and the 100 strong Kauravas who are their own first cousins but who are evil and wicked. He tries to have a round of negotiation, requesting for the leader of the Kauravas, Duryodhana, to at least give a small piece of land to the Pandavas. Duryodhana is absolutely arrogant and adamant. He refuses to part even with land and measuring the tip of a needle. And now the war becomes inevitable. The Mahabharata war ensues. After these negotiations, since Krishna was the neutral arbiter, Duryodhana invites him to the palace at Hastinapur for a very special, elaborate, multi-course lunch with gold and silver plates and cutlery and all pomp and all the special arrangements. Krishna politely declines and instead prefers to go to the humble abode of Vidura and his wife Vidurani, also known as Sulabha. He goes uninvited there. He knocks at the door. Vidurani is having a bath, but she can sense that the Lord himself has come to her doorstep. She's a very devout lady. Almost with no clothes on, she rushes. She invites Krishna to sit and offers him the fruits at home, which is basically bananas. As this is happening, and Krishna happily accepts this with great delight and relish, Vidura returns home and he's absolutely amazed to see this spectacle of devotion. He finds that Krishna is seated on an upturned chair and eating the peel of the banana being offered to him with great devotion as Vidurani throws away the pulp of the banana fruit. He doesn't want to disturb this, but his intellect can't hold this any longer, and he now invites Krishna to sit on an upright chair and now offers him the banana fruit and throws away the peel. Krishna humors him but wryly remarks that the banana peel that was offered to him with full devotion, without the distortion of the intellect as he sat on an upturned chair, was far more tasty. So, again we see this enduring quality of devotion is what keeps the divine happy. If there is an offering made with a true, sincere feeling, offered with full devotion and faith, it is accepted with great joy by the divine. And now, the battle is inevitable. And as we ready for the battle, let's experience the true feeling of devotion that Vidurani experienced with a famous Gujarati bhajan. Those of you who know it may also want to sing along. It's a very popular, simple bhajan on Srinath Ji. मारा घट में बिराजता श्रीनाथ जी जमुना जी महाप्रभु जी हे मारा घट में बिराजता श्रीनाथ जी जमुना जी महाप्रभु जी मारो मारो छे गोकुल battle begins. Arjun now is all prepared to fight the war and sees his uncles, cousins, grandfathers, brothers, and even teachers lined up on the side of the enemy. He's bitterly disillusioned, frustrated, depressed, and just does not want to fight this battle. That is when his charioteer and coach, his mentor, Partha Sarathi, Krishna, reaches out and explains the need for Arjun to perform his duty, his dharma of a Kshatriya, and go ahead and fight the battle, since that is his duty, and to protect the good from the evil. This priceless conversation of questions and answers is an invaluable treasure that has been handed down to us as the song celestial of the Bhagavad Gita. This is a great prasada, as relevant, as appropriate, even in today's life, whether it is in small relationships between two human beings, in homes, in communities, in political setups, corporate boardrooms, globally, and so on. So this is as relevant today as it was 5,000 years ago.
समुद्रमापः प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् तद्वत् कामाय प्रविशन्ति सर्वे स शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी योगस्थ कुरु कर्माणि योगः कर्मसु कौशलम्. Yogeshwara Krishna explains to Arjuna, just as the calm, balmy ocean remains completely equipoised, unperturbed, even as a large number of rivers in full spate, in flood, swollen, flow into it, so it is with us. If one is a true yogi, which is what we are all striving to be, all these desires of anger, hatred, extreme possession, jealousy, all of these rivers that flow into us should not make the ocean get perturbed or lose its equipoise. And he also says that we need to perform our duty completely anchored in yoga, and that when any offering, when any service, work is performed anchored in yoga, that's the absolute epitome of performing, of quality. That's the best performance that can be had. Through a series of persuasive arguments, logical reasons, philosophy, and inspiration, by teaching, example, inspiration, lecture, Krishna reaches out to Arjuna's intellect, heart, soul, and finally shows him his Vishwarupa Darshanam, the universal form. The form which completely fills all of space and time. There's no beginning, there's no middle, there's no end. It's full of innumerable heads, mouths, stomachs, hands, legs, eyes. And looking at all of this, which is full of ornaments which are of a heavenly quality, various embellishments, Arjuna is absolutely awestruck. But soon a fear grips him. He has horripilations. He's even scared, frightened, sees the past, present and future. Anekabahu udaravatra netram pashyami tvam sarvato anantarupam nantam na madhyam na punastamadyam pashyami vishveshwara vishwarupam And finally, when he realizes that he follows the call of his duty, when he sees all of this, and he sees that following the sage advice of his mentor and coach makes him win the battle. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Shri Vijaya Bhutir, Dhruvani Tirmati Mama. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Shri Vijaya Bhutir, Sari Sa 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 Ni Sa Ni Sa Ni Sa Ni Sa Ni Sa Ni Sa Pa Ni Ma Pa Ni Ni Ma Ni Ma Pa Ma Pa Ni Ma Ni Sa Pa Ni Sa Ni Sa Pa Ni Ma Pa Ni Ma Pa Sa Sa Ni Ni Pa 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 Ma Ma Ni Sa Ni Ma Pa Ni Ni Ma Sa Ni Pa Ni Sa. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Shri Vijaya Bhutir, Tatra Shri Vijaya Bhutir, Tatra Shri Vijaya Bhutir, Dhruvani Tirmati Mama. This is not a mere historical story that happened 5,000 years ago. It is something that has survived the ravages of time and space and has come down to us. It's a sterling example of what this means to each one of us. Sri Krishna symbolizes the divine spark seated in the lotus within. And Dhanurdhara, Arjuna, represents each one of us when we have the armory of devotion, faith, and truth coupled with sincerity. If we look within and reach out and seek the highest aspiration at every twist and turn in our life, at every point in time, at every moment, we will be given the right guidance, and it would lead to complete, sustainable, and real, truthful victory.
the presence of the divine Shri Krishna. Let's experience the sweetness of Shri Krishna all around us, within us. Let us open ourselves to taste and experience the compassion and grace of the divine and relish that sweetness all around. Let us look at everything around us now and here, including those seated beside us in this dark auditorium, and enjoy the sweetness of Krishna, the divine, shining all around. This inspired Mahaprabhu Vallabhacharya ji to compose Madhurashtakam, the Ashtakam dedicated to sweetness of the divine. And as we look back at Shri Krishna as Balakrishna, Lal Krishna, Gopala Krishna, Dwarkadhish Krishna, and Yogeshwara Krishna, we are struck by the Madhuram, the sweetness in each one of them. Let's capture the essence of the Madhura Rasa, the essence of that sweetness, as we drink in the Shri Krishna Rasa Panchamrita. Adharam Madhuram Vadanam Madhuram Nayanam Madhuram Hasitam Madhuram Adharam Madhuram Vadanam Madhuram Nayanam Madhuram Hasitam Madhuram Adharam Madhuram Vadanam Madhuram Hasitam Madhuram Hasitam Madhuram Hridayam Madhuram Gamadam Madhuram Madhuradhipate Vachanam Madhuram Charitam Madhuram Vasanam Madhuram Valinam Madhuram Vachanam Madhuram Charitam Madhuram Vasanam Madhuram Valinam Madhuram Charitam Madhuram Dhanitam Madhuram
मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम् मङ्गलं भगवान् विष्णु मङ्गलं गरुडध्वज मङ्गलं पुण्डरीकाक्षं मङ्गलाय नमो हरि श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु
Please put your hands together for the beautiful experience of Sri Krisarashwan Champratam that we had this evening. Dr. Jayanti Ravi on vocals and narration, Kripa Ravi, Bharatanatyam. We had the special appearance of Adit Ravi, Jayanti ji's son, on the flute, and may we have him on stage, please? Adit Ravi. Sarthak Harure on the flute, Sri Kannanji on the mridangam, Kalai Arasanji on the violin. Thank you all so very much for this beautiful experience of taking us to the bridge of Bhumi and enlightening us all with the fervor of Krishna Bhakti. Thank you so much. Friends, a couple of thank yous, and please a huge shout out to our wonderful tech support team, for sound, Sai Suresh, for lights, Ashwin, for this beautiful stage decoration, the beautiful young Silky, thank you so much. And last but not the least, Geeta and I are most grateful to Joy and the entire team at Bharatanivas for having so graciously offered us the Aurobindo Auditorium to stage this evening's performance. Thank you for being such a wonderful audience. It's such a pleasure to be back among performance spaces and hope to have many more of these. Have a wonderful evening and do take care of yourselves. Thank you.